feisty little pan-sized rainbow. I'll show you that combo in a second that I caught him on. That was a very light bite, but nice fish. He's bleeding a little bit, but he'll be just fine. Off he goes. That fish came on a pretty basic combo for this time of the year. Bright pink 6-inch fisheye dodger trailing a threaded worm teamed with a pink garlic power egg. And that worm is probably 16 inches behind the blade. Just close enough for the blade to impart a little bit of action. Speed 1.7 miles an hour. Depth about 6 feet. The water is stained. It's not muddy. It's stained. I got about 2 feet of visibility here. 47 degrees and going up. Looking pretty positive. I've been on the water here for about 20 minutes and already put a fish in the box on the troll. So very positive in the wake of those big storms we had last week. Howdy folks, Kellogg here. Yes, you can catch trout on the troll here at Collins Lake. So far this morning, gotten 3 trout to the boat. Nothing huge, but definitely productive action. The best offering is just what I showed you in the beginning of this video. Some sort of night crawler or an imitation night crawler like a gulp worm teamed with either a large blade or a set of traditional flashers. Now, I favor that 6-inch Dodger. I just feel like that puts out a lot of flash, a lot of vibration. You know, it has a lot of color. I'm running the bright stuff, the pink, the chartreuse, the bright orange, and it's working. My number one combo has been a threaded night crawler teamed with that garlic power egg, but at times the gulp crawlers are working, particularly the ones that have the chartreuse coloration. Now, in addition to the scent that gulp and power bait products are putting off, I am using my trigger scent. So maximum vibration, maximum color, maximum flash, maximum scent. You know, trolling anywhere from 1.5 to 2 miles an hour. Keep it slow, keep it shallow. Give those fish plenty of time to find your offering, respond to it, and bite. The bites have been soft, but give them some time with that worm. They like the way it tastes. They get it back in their mouth. Fish on, fish in the net. I'm having to keep a close eye out because it is President's Day weekend, and you know, got some nice weather, blue skies, and there are quite a few people out here on the water. And I am very pleased with the water quality. It was really muddy up here last week. It was really cold. It is still stained, but vastly improved. And I attribute that to the fact that the lake is 100% full and spilling, which means we're rinsing a lot of the muddy water out of the lake. Clearer water is coming in. The particulate matter is settling. So water quality is improving, and so is the temperature. When I launched this morning, it was about 46.5 degrees. Now it's about 47.5 and coming up. I've got to get out of here. It's about 11:30 now. I've got some chores to do, but I'm really curious to see how the fishing would progress this afternoon with this sun on the water. The surface temperature is going to come up. It's been pretty stormy, so I'm thinking the afternoons when we have sun out here have the potential of being really good. Now, having said that, while you can catch some fish on the troll out here, definitely bait fishing is the best option. While I was trolling this morning, I saw several fish caught by bait anglers, both offshore and in boats. I saw one guy in a kayak catch one, about a 3-pound rainbow, just a gorgeous fish, chrome bright, jumped several times. It was a lot of fun to watch him catch that fish. What to use if you're bait fishing? Well, you definitely want to be using your garlic scent, either rainbow or green garlic power bait. I've been teaming that a lot of times with a little piece of one of these gulp garlic worms. They float, so that's good combo bait. Definitely use some trigger scent on that. Just add extra scent. And whenever you're using power bait, you should be using my power powder. Add those aminos, add those bite stimulants. It's going to make your power bait even better. In general, see, I'm getting an annoying shadow here. In general, you want to keep that power bait in 15 feet of water or less, whether you're fishing from a boat or fishing from the shoreline. So that's the scene here at Collins Lake. Conditions are improving. You can now catch fish on the troll. Bait fishing's better. But I don't think it's going to be long before bait fishing and trolling are producing equally as well. The lake is just absolutely full of fish. All we need is for that temperature to inch up a little bit more and get into the 50s, and it's going to be game on. It's going to be game on for the bait guys. It's going to be game on for the trollers, for the boaters, for the bank fishermen. Everybody out here is going to have a big smile on their face because they've been planting this lake since Halloween. The bottom line is, not a lot of those fish have been caught. Everywhere I go in a lake just about, I'm marking some big giant arches, and I know those are trout just waiting to be caught. They're semi-dormant now, but when that temperature comes up, they're going to get hungry. They're going to look to get the feed bag on, and they're going to find their way into nets and live wells and coolers all around this lake. It's going to be an epic spring out here. Full lake. Enough said. You want to go with me? 530-320-0368. I will take you out here. I will teach you the finer points of trout fishing, and we'll do that while you're reeling in big, beautiful Collins Lake rainbows. How can you beat that? Let's move on. Let's move on to my nemesis, Folsom Lake. You can catch fish at Folsom Lake right now. As I said in my last report, I wouldn't drive 5 hours to fish Folsom Lake, but if you're local, you're in the capital area, you're in the foothills around the lake, by all means, get out there and get after them. There are some pretty nice fish to be caught. I'm going to take a look for boats here. You know, a fair outing out there is 3 bites and 1 to 2 fish. A good outing out there is 5 or 6 bites, maybe 3 or 4 fish. It's a combination of rainbows and salmon right now. Rainbows are ranging up to about 18 inches. Average fish is 15, 16. In terms of the kings, probably average fish, 17, 18, ranging up to 24. 0 to 35 feet deep is the best depth range for both species. You want to work the lower ends of both arms, both the South Fork and the North Fork, and the main body. Just stay on the move, cover a lot of ground. Our buddy Franco Francolini, he's one of our customers, one of our avid viewers. He's been spending some time out there and he's been scoring. I'll show you what he's been scoring with. He's been using a combination of Speedy Shiners and my trigger spoons. Now, I don't have any Speedies with me, but he's been using the Speedy and the trigger in the gold and chartreuse. And of course, my triggers are 24 karat gold and chartreuse. And he's been using the Speedy in chrome and blue. That's been working. And he's been using the trigger in our purple haze color, which is actually his favorite color in the trigger spoon lineup. Catch a lot of fish on that. And he's been getting kings. He's been getting some rainbows. He's a diehard power troller. So he's been going 2.8 to 3.2, covering a lot of ground, working the depths. And, you know, it's been paying off for him. Now, still looking good. Now, if you want to concentrate on salmon out there, I've been very successful out at Folsom this time of the year, finding salmon on relatively shallow structure around the end of the peninsula, both on the north side and the south side. If you find a bunch of arches on structure, say from 15 to 35 feet deep, give them a try, but I wouldn't try them with the spoons. In that situation, I like to run a 6-inch chrome or chrome and blue Dodger trailed by one of my shad tubes or a hoochie. Don't go too big on the hoochie if you're going to run hoochies. Cut them down to size. You want a bait that's about 1 inch to 1.25 inches long. Tip those hooks with either anchovy or mackerel. Slather the tube in either my trigger scent or Nate's Chrome Killer scent, and you're going to have a winning combination. Now, when you find marks on structure like that at Folsom Lake, they could be bass. The only way you're going to know for sure is to put the gear in the water. If they're kings, you should catch one relatively quickly. And if you find, marks on structure with some scattered bait and birds around it, that's even better. Bottom line is, if you find those kings on that shallow structure around the peninsula, they've only moved up there for one reason, and that's to feed. So if you find those marks, don't play with them all day. Give it 20, 30 minutes. If you don't catch one, probably not kings, because if they are kings, once again, and they've moved up onto that structure, they're there to hunt. They're not there to just kind of lounge around. So that's it for me. At this point, Folsom, it's fair. It should continue to improve as we get a higher surface temperature out there. Folsom's never wide open, but it's definitely worth a try. You go out there, you catch some nice quality fish, and if you get into one of those, landlocked steelhead, you're going to have a fight on your hands. Biggest one I got last year, 31 inches. So those big fish are out there and they are available. Collins Lake, things are going to get better and better and better out here. The season's going to peak out here in April, but because of the high water level, I think we're going to have downrigger fishing right on into the middle of summer. I will be here available for trips certainly through the end of May, and I may stick around out here into June and July, mix it up a little bit, do some deep water fishing for trout, maybe soak some bait for catfish, have a true, inland combo trip. Good times on the water. Anyway, I'm Kellogg. I'll keep you posted on all that. Thank you for all the support, guys. Thank you for watching the channel. We just went over 50,000 subscribers. I remember when I didn't think I'd get to 1,000 subscribers. It's all thanks to you guys and all the support you've given me and the channel. Exciting things are happening here at Catch America. We are building an incredible pro staff. More about that later. I'm Kellogg. I'm out of here for now. I'll see you out on the water, and I'll see you again here on YouTube real soon. Once again, thanks for all the support from not just me, but from everybody here on the Catch America team. I'm out of here.